Hi, welcome to Survival Skills. So I wanted to show you an ink farm today. This is the one that I just built. This is a Vitigarvia design, or at least I found it in his video. I don't know who designed it. Maybe he designed it. But it uses bubble columns. It uses soul sand to create bubble column that supposedly bubbles these squid up, and it creates this kind of amusing animation. It looks like these things are flying up to the moon. They're not really flying. It just looks that way. I don't know why the program thinks they're flying, but they're not. If we go over to the tank, they're kind of hanging out in the tank, and some of them are getting pushed up, but some of them are just kind of sitting at the bottom, chilling, taking it easy. And we'll never see them in our chest. So, this is what I've got out of the farm so far. Not just out of the farm, but I had to swim around with a looting sword, and I've been picking up ink sacs on the side of the river. So that's everything that I've gotten. So I know I can do a lot better with a different farm design, but I really like the fun animation. So I'm going to keep this farm right where it is and build a different one. The other reason I want to do a different one is I want to do it further away. I want to do it out in the desert, out there, where it's not near anybody else's house, because I don't want the people here to look down and see what I'm going to do to this river. Because when I build it out there, I'm going to drain this river for 120 blocks out in every direction. So I don't want them to look down here and see Death Valley from these beautiful builds here. So I'm going to leave this alone and do another farm out further where I can build it for production and I don't have to worry so much about looks. So if you look in the tank here, it looked like they're shooting up in the air, like even that one right there looked like he shot up in the air, right? But not really. If you look closely, they're not really shooting up in the air, and you don't see so many of them now that I'm standing closer. If we jump in the tank here, I left myself a little bit of room to swim down so I don't get bubbled up. You'll see that some of them just kind of sit in the bubble column. They can swim pretty well. They're strong swimmers, so they don't necessarily get pushed up by the bubbles. But sometimes they get pushed up a little bit. Sometimes they'll swim up by themselves and they'll fall out. They'll swim over here and they'll fall out and they'll fall onto that little piece of glass right there that I set up, and they'll die from suffocation damage. And then the minecart that runs under there will come along and it'll pick up the ink sacs and go drop them in that chest for me. So I do get something out of the farm. I just don't get nearly as much as I wanted to get. So I'm going to a different farm design, and I want to build it. I just want to see how it works. There are a couple of different ways to get more ink sacs, and that's one of them. Another way to get more ink sacs is out of our guardian farms. So we've got a guardian farm, a really good public guardian farm that we are trying to get ink out of. Let me show you what that looks like, and we'll talk about how we're going to try to get ink out of our guardian farm. So I can't spell. I do my best, but it doesn't always work out. I think I got it right that time. So here we go. So this up here above me is a gigantic spawning tank. This is the floor of the monument that used to be here. It got drained completely. It got torn down and then rebuilt to look like this. And this part that I'm standing on, up to that ceiling, could have been filled with water to make a spawning chamber, but the person who built this farm decided they wanted this for like an area to walk around for whatever reason. So it could be even more efficient, but look at the amount of guardians that we have dropping here. It's just a constant stream. And there's squid swimming around in that tank up there, and the guardians are killing them. We've got soul sand, sitting on top of this ceiling here, and it bubbles everything up all the way to the top of the monument. And then we've got fence gates set up there to create water flows to push everything over so it drops down this chute. That's the simplified version of it. So the guardians will drop down, so will the ink sacs. They'll land on that pad. There are hoppers underneath this pad, and those hoppers go down into an item sorting system down here at the bottom. So here's the item sorter, if I can find the ladder. So here's the item sorter. So they land on the pad right there. They go into this hopper chain, and then in that hopper chain they flow over to the side and into the sorting hoppers, and then from the sorting hoppers they get pulled down into the chest hoppers. And let's see, is this a sorting hopper? This is a sorting hopper chain. So this is all hopper chain right here. Hopper chain, this is just a transport chain of hoppers, and they get split off somehow. Don't ask me how. I guess depending upon what side of the pad they drop on, they either go down this chain or they go down the other chain, and how they get divided up, I don't know. But then they go down this chain of hoppers here, they get pulled down, everything gets sorted out, and then it goes through those hoppers down into the chests. That was totally disorganized, but I'm not cutting the video. So then it goes into these chests, and you can see that we get tons of stuff. Plenty of crystals, plenty of prismarine shards. Who needs fish? But we get fish anyway. And then the new addition is ink. We can get squid now to spawn in the tank above me. The guardians kill the squid. The ink sacs float to the top. They get pushed over and they drop down the same chute as the guardians, land on the hoppers and get pulled into the sorting system and end up in storage. The thing we need to do to get more squid is drain. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain all this ocean, which is spawnable space for squids. We're going to drain it all the way back to there. That's 50 blocks away. So we're going to have a 50 block dry perimeter all the way around the farm. As we dry this place out, we should see the amount of ink production go up. And I think it's going to go up pretty dramatically, because that is a lot of spawning space that we're removing. So then we'll have a place where you can go and you can get anything you want that is prismarine related. So I think that's going to be really great. But in the meantime, I'm going to play with the other farms. So I'm going to go back here. And that's really all I wanted to show in this video. I didn't want to wait too long to release another one because I haven't released one for a while. So I hope that was entertaining enough. Please click the like button if you liked it. Please leave your comments, questions, and suggestions below. And if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on future videos, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That's going to be our resident dragon, by the way. Can't wait to see the wings on this thing. It's going to be huge. So yeah, click that notification bell so you get notified. Thanks a lot for your support for the channel. I really appreciate it. And for all the regular views and the subscriptions and stuff, that's what keeps me going. It takes a little bit of work to make the videos, but it makes it worth it knowing that some people like to watch this stuff. So really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. And I think I'll end it right here with my beautiful island view. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.